Welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Justice for All. On our last installment, what we did was we found out a few things that we should really know, and then there's other things that we really shouldn't know. So with that, we are going to save the data up to this point, because I had to. Plus, I don't want to screw up everything else. June 22nd, 9:51 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
Nick,
Yeah?
did you know that Von Karma's daughter is only 18, just like me?
Yeah, why?
I was thinking about how strong she is. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time all by herself, and she's all grown up.
Yeah, and I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation.
And then you look at me and, well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. And on top of that, I'm the suspect in a murder trial.
But I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all you've gone through.
Come on! The two of you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you. Hey, morning, Prairie. You'll be safe today, Mystic Maya. Huh? What do you mean? My mother's coming today to show her support. Yeah, that's right, Prairie.
Hey, Pearls.
Yes, Mr. Nick?
Do you think you could do me a big favor? Could you channel Mia today, too?
Huh? I was sort of hoping to stay in the audience today and watch.
Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help.
Mr. Nick, that's enough! You can't show weakness in front of the person you love. But Polly! Not this again!
Please, can you do this for us, Pearls?
Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Mind's sake. See you later then. I'll leave you two to your no time.
Aww. Thank goodness.
Nick?
This way, Pearls won't be able to see today's trial.
What do you mean? What's going on?
June 22nd, 10 a.m. District Court, Courtroom number 2. Cause known session for the trial of Maya Fey. Again. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. The image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world.
All over the world, huh? Sounds like you've made quite a name for yourself, Phoenix.
Don't be foolish, you foolish fool wearing the foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I'm the prodigy who has never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me as I conduct my first trial in this country.
Ain't no much, aren't we, Francisca?
Uh-huh. That's nice, Miss Von Karma. Glad to see you're in such good spirits today, Miss Fair.
It's true what they say. Women really are scary when they fight. Don't we know it? Now then, a very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session.
that the defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct?
Yes. And this key is proof of that. This key, the only key to the channeling chamber, was not where it should have been.
Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin.
Alright, let's hear it.
The prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of arrest, the defendant didn't indeed leave the room at one point.
What? But, Miss Von Karma, then how do you explain this picture? Are you saying then that the person in this picture is not the defendant?
I never said that wasn't the defendant.
Then what is the meaning of this?
All I am saying is that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. And I believe that is when she dropped this key.
Can you substantiate your claim?
Isn't that what I'm here for? The prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Fair, to the stand.
Just as I suspected, Aunt Morgan. Poor Mia. She seems really torn by this.
Witness, name or occupation.
My name is Morgan Fair, and I am a spirit medium, in a matter of speaking. I'm sorry, but what do you mean in a matter of speaking?
Ah! I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct?
Yes, that is correct. This is her what, 7th cup?
I performed the spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya then.
Spirit severing technique?
A technique to remove a spirit from a body and send it back to the other world. That is.
Yes, that is.
You, be quiet. Now, witness. Something happened while you were performing this technique, correct?
Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have...
Mystic Maya. She escaped from the room.
What?
And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey, while in a possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber.
Order! 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 Miss Fey, please testify to this court what happened during that time.
Your Honor, I will try my best. I think someone just upped the ante on this trial.
Maya's escape. Her testimony says this.
After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. I requested that Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand and she was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she thrusted me away from herself and escaped from the room. With great strength
comes great responsibility. Oh, sorry.
she hit the base of the neck. She hit the base of my neck, and I fainted for a short while. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that.
Why have you hidden this until now?
I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise. That's right. She is simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Why is she making it a point to take a stab at me? Never mind. Mr. Your cross-examination, please.
My aunt is a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony.
So you know what we must do? We must press. Just now you said those two. Who were those two people you were referring to?
I was referring to that foreign lady and yourself, good sir.
That is not a foreigner, despite how she talks.
Oh, is that so? I'm sorry. I simply could not understand her atrocious English. Not to mention she looked awful.
Hey now, you're no spring checking yourself, woman. I can already see people in the heartland gearing up for a riot.
In any case, I have already sent the repair bill to your office, Mr. Wright.
Oh, thanks. What did you do after that, Mr. Wright? And we press and hold it! Was it really necessary to have two people do something so simple as call the police? If there was a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind. Yes, that is a very good point.
At that time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another.
Another what, madam?
Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself.
I want to hear the end of that statement. Question. There was another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? You must testify! Why did you chase us out of the room?
I simply did not wish for there to be more victims. The lives of both the good sir and that camera woman may be in danger, is what I thought to myself.
Well, that was very noble of you, Miss Faye.
This is bad. Now people have a good impression of her and a bad one on us. Looks like she caught us napping. That's my aunt for you.
Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Faye, please continue. We keep pressing. During our investigation, you stated that you struck the defendant on the head, and this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by this statement?
I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie. Just like those strawberry cakes, they were a lie too.
But why would you lie about something like that?
It is very painful for me to say this, however.
Objection!
The witness was lying to cover for the defendant.
She was covering for Maya? Question that. So you were covering for the defendant?
Oh yes, it was only later that I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade Mystic Maya had done something very unexpected.
Something unexpected? What, pray tell the
The witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. If you want to know what this unexpected thing was, there is always later.
Yes, very well.
Why does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach? Now, witness, continue with what happened.
Press that. Was it really that easy for her to escape from you?
I'm ashamed to admit to such a thing, however, yes.
but you're physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There's no way she could have escaped from you so easily.
Objection!
Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What about this picture? Remember that at the time, the defendant was not physically my affair? Ah!
Growing old is such a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand.
Basically, Mystic Maya's body was still that of the nurse she had called.
But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right away?
Well, yes, I would have. However,
press that. You fainted.
I became dizzy and then collapsed onto the floor.
How long were you unconscious?
I'm not sure. About 10 minutes, perhaps.
And the defendant almost certainly went somewhere in that time.
Happy Fitness, elaborate on that point first.
Is that because you were unconscious?
Why, yes.
Great. Well, now what? We question. Again. So while you were unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went.
I would think that's obvious, good sir.
If that's true, then how can you know for sure that the defendant left the channeling chamber at all? Now that you mention it, I have to wonder myself.
It's true that this witness is not able to confirm this. But the key word here is this witness.
What do you mean by that?
It means she has another witness up her sleeve. That's what. It looks like Miss Von Karma is ready to move on to her next witness.
That's enough! From what I can tell, there is nothing wrong with this witness testimony. And from what she has said, we can establish that Maya Fey did not leave the chamber.
I hope this isn't going to come back and bite us in the ass. Now, let's take the logical step and ask. Where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber?
Yes. That is exactly what we should be.
Be quiet, you! Now then, what the escapee had done was she had gone to speak with a certain person.
She went to speak with someone? Who was it?
The prosecution calls Miss Annie Mania, who was sleeping in the side room at the time.
Eeny meeny.
I think you can see where this is headed. Witness, name and occupation. Okay. So my name is like Eeny Meeny. I'm like researching like psychology stuff at the university.
What is this parapsychology?
Let's see. It's like, I guess most people call it occult stuff.
Even if this is what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means.
Then I suggest you go home and research it yourself.
On Wikipedia! Anyway. Yes, sir.
Now then, Miss Meanie. After the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant Maya Fey. Is this correct? Like, I guess. If that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. That is alright, isn't it, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
For the love of all things good, Your Honor, have some spine. For my sake.
He has lost his balls. I'm sorry, sir, but we're still trying to look for the judge's balls. After Francisca just whipped him off his dick. We're still trying to look for it. His dick, too. Moving on. After the murder.
Like, when the channeling started, I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Like, a little later, someone came into the room, like, suddenly. He was like, oh my god, totally my sister! I, like, hadn't seen her in, like, so long. I was so happy, like, a sad way. My sister, she, like, told me something, like, totally terrible.
Now, hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that was your sister. Don't you mean the defendant my affair?
Really now, Your Honor. My affair was still in the middle of chanting at that time.
Are you saying that the spirit was the spirit of this witness sister?
Yes, Mimi Miney. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic.
Oh, well, this is...
Witness,
Like, yeah?
in your testimony you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it.
Like, do I totally, like, really have to?
Of course.
Miss Miney, please.
My sister, like, this is what she said to me?
That was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it, Eenie?
She took her revenge. Are you sure that's what she said?
Yes.
There, are you satisfied, Your Honor?
I still can't believe it. I can't believe that spirit would go so far as to use a medium to get revenge.
It's a bit hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth. Then,
What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for.
this testimony just now, was it all made up?
Was it just one huge lie?
Of course it was, Phoenix.
Mia, what do you mean?
It's well constructed, but that's all it is. But even the most well-spun lies can be undone. We can do it, Phoenix. Let's find that one loose thread and unwind this tapestry of lies.
Your Honor, there's room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine this witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder.
Yet again, the foolish fool spouts out more foolishly foolish drabble. I wonder if you'll make this one more entertaining than the last.
Probably so. After murder. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're going for number 4. You were happy in a sad way.
Yeah, it was my sister.
But wouldn't most people react here with surprise at seeing a dead loved one alive again?
But maybe if I was someone who didn't know about the code, but I know all about the crane channeling technique.
The point here is the witness immediately recognized what it was her sister.
Yeah, like what she said.
Should I drop this line of questioning? No. We gotta wonder. Question now. So you really didn't think anything strange of this whole encounter?
No. There was any reason for me to think anything was strange.
But
Don't keep badgering the guy.
you know the phrase objection? Could you call you in that once in a while? Mr. Wright, this question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister, is it really that important? Very. It is very important, although I haven't quite figured it out what is it yet. But I've got to bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. Alright, Mr. Wright. Miss Miney, please amend your testimony.
Okay, I'm totally cool with that. I wasn't scared at all. And costume looked totally normal.
Well, we're gonna present this. Well, no, we're not gonna present that. We're gonna present this. Objection! That was a very well spun line, Miss Eni.
What are you babbling about this time, Phoenix, right?
It's well constructed.
But that's all it is.
Stealing my lines now, are we, Phoenix? Miss Miney, may I remind you of what you said? You said that there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance?
Yeah, and?
But I don't really think you thought that out at all. Take a look at this picture. This is a picture of the sister you met?
I would think that even you would be surprised if someone like this appeared before you. The blood spray. Miss Miney! Why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you were really testifying and not lying, you would have noted it right off the bat. Order, Miss Miney! What is the meaning of this? Miss Miney?
I'm thinking! Don't interrupt me!
And what are you stammering about, Your Honor?
That witness, her personality did change complete 180 there. Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though.
First of all, calm yourself down, witness.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap.
Now hurry up with the testimony.
If you please. The judge still looks a little shaken up. A lot of help he's gonna be. He's still looking for his nuts, folks. Let's pray for him. After the murder, part 2.
Like, Simon was, like, kind of dark, you know? So, like, the castle was, like, purple, right? The blood tiny barely right in. And I, like, persuaded my sister wasn't, like, right to do something like that. And then, like, I took my sister to a training chamber.
Yes, now I see. And you have given us a clear reason for why you didn't notice the blood.
You think? Like, thanks, Krabs.
Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? Alright, I guess not. Very well, you may question the witness. After murder part 2. It's all pressing. Really? Because I thought it was pretty bright inside that room.
Objection!
Don't push your subjective opinions onto this court.
Like, that's right.
Excuse me, but how is my statement any more subjective than Miss Miney's? You are such a hopeless cause. Vietness, you may feel free to ignore this little trite man.
Like, okay.
Please let me out of here! You didn't see the blood?
Like, yeah.
But she must have had the gun with her at that time as well.
That's,
Are you going to tell me next that you didn't notice the gun either?
I totally didn't. Oh, I was thinking I was like, your face.
Continue.
And what was your sister, Miss Mimi Miney, like at the time?
Well, she was like totally flipped out because she shot Dr. Gray. And I think like she knew. She like said she did something really bad. And like she said she wanted to go with me to like apologize to Miss Morgan.
Did Mimi's spirit really say all that to you?
Like, yeah.
That leads to then what? Was your sister calm by that time?
Like, I guess so. I guess maybe like taking her revenge on Dr. Gray like made her feel a lot better.
I'd like to feel that better too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The sooner the better.
Oh, start diddling yourself, you crazy bitch.
She says that with her whip at the ready.
And like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the training chamber, you know?
May I ask you one more thing, Miss Miney?
Like, sure.
Was there anything you found strange, unusual, or just out of place?
Something out of place? Oh, like, when do you mean?
When you... were going to the crime scene? I'm talking about when you were going to the when you were going to the channeling chamber, of course.
Like, no, nothing strange.
She answered rather quickly. Now what? Press harder. Think harder! I know you can remember something!
I like, tell you again.
That's not good enough! You have to explain yourself clearly to this court! Do you think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the channeling chamber is at all important? Very. I ask because it's very important. Not that I know where I'm going with this. Very well. Miss Miney, if you will, please include a statement about this in your testimony.
Like I don't get why, but okay. I didn't see anyone on the way to the channeling chamber.
Oh really? You didn't see anything, huh? Try to remember that time.
I remember, I totally didn't see anyone on the way.
I guess this really is a dead end. Something you finally pull out of witness is never a dead end, Phoenix. No good. Can't find anything wrong. Phoenix, the judge believes this testimony. If you don't find some sort of hitch in her statement, he'll end the trial, I know. You have to give another shot. It doesn't matter how many times we listen, we can't give up. Well, that's so. Broken by Pearl right before the murder, under repair in the hallway until police came in. Objection! I finally found the fault, or I guess in your case, that crack in your perfect lie. Take a look at this urn.
What urn?
There are cracks. Do you see them?
So, what does that prove?
Objection!
Who cares about someone other than?
Yeah. I already, said I didn't see, anyone on the way to the chanting chamber. I didn't, totally say anything about, you know?
It looks like you still don't understand. I propose that if you had really been walking along the winding way at that time, there was no way you could have seen this person. Take that! I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay. Yes, and now is this child relevant? It just happens that at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the center garden. Oh. And she just happened to break this urn. Oh. Oh! Wait, she broke the urn? Yep. She accidentally knocked it over with her ball. And Pearl was the only one who put it back together. While sitting right in the middle of a winding way. Miss Miney? Pearl was there in the winding way at that time. She was hard at work putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I have to declare you legally blind. I think I have sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Miney. You are a masterful liar! No! Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say. The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. So, Miss Miney, tell us the truth.
About what?
About what?
About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course!
Objection!
The witness just testified about that.
And that's right! I was like sleeping in the side room!
Can I really believe her? Was she really sleeping in the side room? There's no way. Your lies in here! The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible because there is clearly a contradiction here. Contradiction? Where is that? Where is this contradiction? Testimony. Earlier in your testimony, Miss Minor, you made the following statement.
And that Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know?
It's true that at the time, both myself and Miss Hart were not there. We had gone to call the police.
So, what does that have to do? What do you have to do with anything?
Very simple. Miss Miney, how did you know that fact? I can see that Miss Fay was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Miney, you did in fact go to the channeling chamber. However, you didn't go there by way of the winding way. But look at the Manor Garden map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, one would have to believe they would have to use the winding way. Yes, that's right, Your Honor. Which is why I asked this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Miss Miney, please answer the question!
Objection!
Stick that finger up your ass, bitch. Don't ask a question off a basis assumption, if you please. Well, I suppose since you've put it out on the table, Phoenix, right? You might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Now's your chance, Phoenix. Yeah. The only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was Eeny Meeny. So now is the time to prove it. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Where was the witness when the murder took place? She was here. Take that! Miss Miney was here, of course. What? But that's the channeling chamber. Is it that the crime scene? That's right. Miss Miney was at the scene of the crime. Order, that's... Well, that is...
Felix Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and the defendants were in the chamber when the channeling started.
Yes, that's correct. Please, explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Simple. Miss Eeny Meeny was hiding at the scene of the crime.
I was hiding? Where was I hiding?
Where you were hiding? Right. Move that belt right here. That's about right. Take that! Here, of course. Behind the folding screen.
Don't make me say this again! Recorded yesterday's testimony!
There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that phone screen.
See, you stupid jerk! Quit being so quick to pin it on me, slime ball!
Now, Miss Minnie, one so young as you shouldn't be saying...
Shut it, Gramps! As if you know exactly how old I am!
I'm sorry. Looks like the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along. The witness was hiding behind a folding screen with the help of this. There's a hole that looks like a bullet hole about 8 inches off the ground. Take that! Miss Minnie, how you were able to hide at the scene of the crime is very simple. You were hiding inside this box.
Oh! That tiny box, nobody's can fit in that!
Sorry, but your theory has already been disproved. I disproved you when she was hiding from me in it.
Objection!
But shit, that clothing box was in the side room, right? Which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all! That's right, I was sleeping there, so I should know! That clothing box was there in the side room the whole time!
Mr. Wright? You think you can prove where the clothing box was at the crime? Yes, with some evidence. And now I present a piece of evidence that will prove this clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. About 8 inches off the ground is a small hole that looks like a bullet hole. Take that! Take a look at this clothing box.
You're so stupid, as if there's any sort of evidence in that whole thing.
What on earth?
I don't have time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already!
There's a hole about 8 inches off the ground. A hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have we had that before?
The folding screen. It had a hole at the same height.
That's right. I hope this has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting right behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen and then into the box. Miss Minnie, you were hiding behind the folding screen waiting for your chance. Yes, for your chance to kill Dr. Gray.
Ah!
Order! What told you to say?
It didn't feel it right. What about this picture? Are you saying that the person in this photo is Miss Eenie Meenie?
That is exactly what I'm saying. Miss Eenie Meenie, you were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey. To masquerade as Maya Fey? She had planned it from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client.
No! Stop! I can't stand to listen to any more of this foolishness! If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix, then I have a proposition. This whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the victim, killed the victim, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled to the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do that all by herself.
It's not possible. That's right. It really is impossible for one person to do all the preparations, that is.
Need I remind you the foolish receive no mercy? Wait,
Miss Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct?
but you can't be serious.
Miss Mime!
You had an accomplice.
That accomplice is Maya's aunt.
Take that! Get this person!
If it wasn't someone from Kurain Village, you couldn't have gotten a costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Fey household, you wouldn't have that box to use.
Morgan.
This is not the wonderful lady witness we had earlier. What do you have to say to this, Miss Meany? You shot Dr. Gray with your own two hands.
Do you deny it?
Excuse me. I think this is what really happened. The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then the channeling started. The murderer crept silently toward the other two, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then, she stabbed Dr. Gray with a knife. Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. She did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. But that's when something unexpected happened. Unexpected? Yes. Dr. Gray was actually not yet dead. With the last of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker. And that is why the hole in the folding screen was so low to the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray and... After that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room. Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear. Which is why, upon hearing the shots, we forced our way into the channeling chamber. Miss Maney. Or Miss Miney. She immediately covered her own costume with blood. And pretend to be Maya Fey.
But that sort of deception would have been easy to see through!
Which is precisely why Miss Morgan Fay chased us out.
Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Hurry, before there are more victims here.
What is one supposed to say? This is the real truth behind this murder.
Who starts laughing at a time like this? Look!
Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry. Are you still by chance evolving?
What is it this time? Miss von Karma, surely you... Of course, it was me. Do you really think someone of von Karma blood would lose due to something this petty? What in the world? Felix, right! Your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. And that is, if this witness is the real matter, why would she go through all this trouble? Eh? Working together with a medium, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act. What reason could she do such foolish things? Yeah, well, yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Yeah, that's what she wanted to say. Oh, and one other thing. Why would Miss Eeny want to get Dr. Gray? Where is her motive?
Yeah, that's exactly what I want to say too. Yeah, motive! I don't have a motive!
Motive. That's... I can't say she has no motive here. I have to think of a motive now. What is her reason for wanting Dr. Gray dead? The reason you wanted Dr. Gray dead is this. Take that! Ha! Just as I thought, you bore me with your silly answers, Phoenix Wright. Just great. Now even she is calling me by my full name. You think I did to get revenge for my sister's death? Yes. Because through that accident you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be stupid. No one has proof that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And you want to say I want to take revenge based on nothing? What do you mean by that? See now, stupid Gramps.
I'm going to explain, so please listen, okay? It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I wanted revenge, then I wouldn't have waited this long. And besides, the guy that got a spirit thing was Dr. Gray. He was a total coincidence. He has about it, you know.
She's back to her airhead self. However, you took... Pathetic Phoenix Wright. You fail to support your own theory.
Ta-da! The end.
I think we have an answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What Miss Meany has stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated and she has no motive in the first place. Furthermore, there is no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate with this plan. You don't even have any true decisive pieces of evidence to demonstrate your point.
Tis so many faults, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You should really learn your place.
I'd really like to show my role and shut you up. What happened? I thought I got her for sure.
See, that's what I told you.
I'm going to serve you a slice of humble pie. Very well, I now conclude the cross-examination of Miss Amy. Hold it, Your Honor. Please allow me to allow the defense one more minute. All right. You can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix. Mia. Yes, it does sound like a ridiculous, messed up plan for a murder. But, you know, regardless, that girl trained for this crime.
Really?
Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason. There's a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. It is also the reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion.
The time is up, Mr. Wright. A final answer, please. You want to say that you can prove Miss Miney had no motive? Then why did she kill the victim in this way? Can you prove the reason?
Can I? Can I really do this?
Yes, I can.
I am not totally confident here, but I know.
I know I have work here. Oh, here we go.
I am not totally confident here, but I know I must press on no matter what. That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now.
I will show and substantiate the fact that Miss Miney had a motive.
Too bad. You're too late. My cross-examination is already after all. Ah!
Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Phoenix Wright.
What? You're supposed to be on my side!
Avon Karma only cares about the perfect deal. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Phoenix Wright! And I don't care if you are my witness. So help me, I will blow you out of my van!
No, wait!
Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. We will continue the cross-examination after we reconvene.
Hey, wait a second!
And with that piece of awesomeness, I'm going to take a 5-minute breather, and when I come back, we will, of course, finish this trial once and for all on Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Justice for All. Stay tuned for the next part.